When was the last time you had a good day? What about multiple days in a row? What about for a full week, like you've had the best week of your life? How long ago was that? What about a full month? When was the last time you had a good year? If your answer was to any of those questions, this video is for you. I'm going to give you 9 tips to pull yourself out of the mud that are absolutely free and get you back to living life. What is burnout? Is it just a fancy word for depression? How do you know you have it? If you feel like you've been living on autopilot, you're waking up doing the same day every day, nothing changes, you wake up exhausted, your self-care has kind of been sliding, it's not just adulthood, it's burnout. 6 years ago, I hit rock bottom. Mentally, physically, the pandemic was happening. My biggest hurdles, I was a single mom. I was broke. That means no therapist. I started off reading every free book I could. Shout out to the library. I watched every single video on YouTube that you could possibly think of. And I told myself, if I ever can make it out of this, I feel like I should pay that back. So think of these tips as like a quick start guide, so it doesn't take you near as long to learn the lessons that I did, because we all deserve healing. We all deserve rest. We all deserve calmness, inner peace, love, and to be able to take a deep breath out. The first tip is to completely disconnect. Put your phone down. That needs to be a daily practice. For some of us, that needs to be an hourly practice, okay? There's a setting on your phone that you can like track your statistics for the week, your analytics of how often you use your phone. One week, I picked up my phone like 47 times on average a day. That's insane. I'm not saying phones are evil, but as a society, we're definitely addicted. The notifications, the emails, the social media, our bodies aren't happy when we're locked in every day, all day. When you're constantly consuming, you become so disconnected from your own body, from your feelings, from your intuition. So you want to start small. Pick 1 meal a day, put away your phone. Go on a walk without headphones. Drive your car without music. Sit outside for 5 minutes without trying to feel the silence. We're not trying to escape the world. You just need to remember what your own thoughts sound like. Once you've learned to disconnect, now it's time to fill that space with something intentional. The activity itself doesn't really matter. We're just trying to teach our body that this is me time. And this daily practice becomes an anchor. And when life becomes chaotic, anchors matter. This next tip, I wish I would have known sooner. I would prioritize this, especially if you have trauma in your past. Your relaxed state is actually tense. I don't care who you are. You cannot think your way out of a dysregulated nervous system. I would spend every day spiraling, full of anxiety, nervous, just worried about everything. And then at night when I'd go to bed, I was tense. I wasn't relaxed. I wasn't getting any good sleep. I wasn't setting myself up for success. I was waking up more exhausted than the day before. I started having terrible headaches and migraines, like every day. I went to the neurologist because I was having such bad migraines. So start simple. Lay on the floor flat. Try and let your body just go limp. You'd be shocked, especially if you have a tense body. Your muscles hold on as long as they can. Like one night I was sitting just recently, I was laying on the floor and I was just trying to relax, and my hips, my stomach, everything was just tense. It's like a layers. You relax a little bit, but you're still a little tense until you wait a minute and you relax just a little bit more. And finally, I had this one really tense muscle and it finally gave. And it spasmed really bad, and then my body just went completely limp. I got so much relief from that. I really couldn't recommend that enough. And that was just me laying on the floor. When I first started working on my nervous system and my body, I would drink hot tea at night before bed. I would soak my feet with Epsom salt with magnesium in it. Oh man, I was finally getting good rest. I was finally going to bed relaxed and calm. There is one more, a little bit more advanced technique. You can do your own research on it, but it's called like somatic therapy. But basically you take like 5 minutes out of your day. And this is especially true if you have pain or headaches. But you can do it at any time. You don't have to be in pain to do it. But you sit, you close your eyes, you take some deep breaths, and you just try and relax. And if you have pain, you kind of try and focus your attention on the pain with your eyes still closed. And you'll notice maybe the pain shifts or it disappears. The whole time you're wanting to tell yourself and remind yourself that I'm safe. My loved ones are safe. I'm sitting on my couch. I am safe. This physical body keeps me safe. It knows what to do. It knows how to heal. And I can trust that. I can trust my body. I can trust to relax. I'm in a safe environment. Okay? These things you teach your body how to be safe. If you've never been safe, start now. Because when your body feels safe, everything starts to change. That's self-regulation for you. But if you were never taught those things, then you also weren't taught how to regulate your emotions. So as an adult, you probably work through it. You probably push it away. You probably can say statements like, I haven't cried since I was 10. You take pride in having no emotions, and that's dysregulated. For your emotions, I'm gonna ask that you do an audit. Write it down, journal it, think about it, whatever you've got to do here. Who leaves you feeling exhausted? Who replenishes you? Identify these relationships. What triggers you? What has you angry? Once you can identify your triggers, you can trace them back to where they began. For me, a lot of it began in childhood. It's crazy. As a 40-year-old adult, I'm like, oh, this is my childhood, rearing its ugly head. I wasn't even can't even remember most of those formative years. So why are they still shaping me now? You might even find some of your triggers, it's not even like an emotional state. It might be like an overstimulated state. When do you feel at peace? Is it a time of day? Is it a season? Is it never? We need to know these things. Where is your happy place? Is it the beach? Is it your bed? Is it your grandmother's house? Where are you happy? Where are you sad? So reverse it. You need to know the good and the bad. Is it shame? Is it guilt? A lot of people don't know this. The quickest way to resolve guilt and shame is to look it head on, to admit it. You don't have to admit it to other people. You don't have to bring people into this. You can just admit it. I did XYZ. That was probably a pretty dumb decision. Actually, that was a dumb decision. It's eating me up alive. I hate myself for it. I wish I could go back, but I can't. I can't control the past. I did the best I could at the time with what I had and the knowledge I had, but I can't go back. I can't change it. So I'm gonna send myself and those who lived it and survived it love and hugs and understanding and grace. And let it go. And like the energy instantly changes. But you push it down, you push it down, you push it down. It doesn't go away. As you're auditing, honor whatever comes up. If it's good, note it. If it's the ugly stuff, just name it and let it go. Let it pass. If it makes you cry, cry. Let it pass. Tears and crying energetically, it's a cleansing. You gotta make room for your new blessings. Otherwise, the weight of carrying that around and then adding to it every day that you ignore it and push it down, it just grows and grows and grows. It gets heavier and heavier and heavier. And for me, when you're dealing with the heavy, dark stuff, you name the emotion that comes up. And you start big. Okay. I'm angry. I'm mad. I'm sad. And then you start trying to break it down even further. Okay. I feel like I was taken advantage of. I feel like I was made a fool. I feel like I was bamboozled. Break it down and then break it down even further. Really get to the root cause of why you're upset, of why you feel the way you feel. You're going to be shocked. Like when you start naming it, it's got attachments and it keeps coming and coming and coming. I am not these things. I am the awareness of these things, and I am aware. Release what no longer serves me. Once you understand your emotions, now you can learn to control your thoughts. And you want to audit these as well. Before you can do that, we really need to sit and think like, when does my thoughts spiral? When does my anxiety take over? Is it at a certain point of the day? Is it while I'm doing a certain activity? Is it only in relation to something else? Like something happens and now I'm thinking about these things? For me, it would happen the most right before bedtime and when I was driving. Before bed, I would play a game and I would be locked into the game on my phone, but my brain was spiraling. Can you relate to that? I would be driving and I'm paying attention to the road, but my brain is spiraling. With your thoughts, you want to try to notice what stories are you creating? What identities have you created for yourself that you love to identify with? I personally used to love being someone that was bad at math. I'm managing a house. I'm doing math at work. Some point in 8th grade, I decided, math. And I've identified with that for the rest of my life. I'm actually good at math, but it's little things like that. They all add up over time, okay? That's just an example. When do you ever actually assume the best case scenario? I didn't even know that was an option. I didn't know people were doing this. I thought we were all just assuming worst case scenario. So now you notice what your thoughts are. You notice when you're most actively creating these thoughts. Now we want to practice interrupting those thoughts. This hasn't happened yet. I'm shutting it down. I can't control this person or their actions. I can only control how I feel and what I say and do. If something won't leave your mind, write it down, journal it, get to the bottom of it. Your ego wants attention at all times. It wants to be fed. So the more you practice on trying to shut it down, the more it's going to be I didn't like that. Other thoughts are going to creep in. And so that's where you work on the emotions, work on the thoughts. It's like a tandem situation. You've got to be doing both in tandem. If you haven't noticed, everything I'm asking of you so far is asking you to show up for yourself, to have your own back, truly have your own back, not just self-sabotage, but to actually have your own back. When you learn to work through your problems, you know your triggers, you know how to self-regulate, You're taking time for yourself. You aren't asking others to be a crutch. You're not asking them to be a punching bag. You're learning to develop these skills that you seek out from other people. And it's not that you can't ask advice from others, but a lot of the work we can be doing ourselves. We need to learn how to do ourselves, and it'll improve your relationships with others because now you're not a drain to them. How frustrating it is when you have a friend that's like, oh, my partner is terrible and they say mean things to me and they call me that and blah, blah, blah. And you're like, break up with them. And like, they know they should break up with them. Everyone tells them they should break up with them, but then they don't actually break up with them. They keep going back. That person is completely disconnected from their intuition because your intuition would tell you, this is terrible for me. I need to get out of here. This is not safe. The goal is to restore confidence in yourself and that relationship with yourself, to have trust and faith in yourself. Now, for the next tip, I practice this one daily. When you've had a bad day or when something is negative, draining, triggering, whatever, you set a timer. It's very important you speak it out loud. I do this in the car on the way home to try to like transition from work to home. I want to get it all out so I'm not like bringing it home with me. Not everyone can do that, but if you can, I would highly suggest it. Speak it out loud. All the things that you are frustrated with from the day's work, from the people that did you wrong, from the text message you may have gotten, your boss looked at you wrong, anything. Get it out. Verbalize it. Now, however long it took you to get all that out, now you're going to set a timer and you're only going to speak about your blessings, what you love, what you're grateful for. Match the amount of time. You are not allowed to think anything bad, only positive, only blessings, only gratefulness. You want to clear out all the negative and then make room for all the positive. I'm to a point now, I don't even waste my energy on the low hanging fruits of what I would call work. My coworkers, I can see now they're in a different place than I am. I don't even take it personal now. And I definitely don't want to waste my time and energy on the way home, even like considering it again, okay? I have too many good things going on. I'm too excited. I've got all these ideas for YouTube, all of this social media content. I have like a side business. I have a family. I have all of these things that I would rather give my time and my energy to than to worry about what my coworker said about someone else or what they thought about me or someone wasn't doing a good enough job today. I do not care. I used to get so wrapped up in this. My identity was stuck in it. I was deep in it. Now, I feel like they go on Office Space. I'm like, yeah. I'm showing up. I'm here. I'm doing my work. I'm just not taking everything personally. This next tip is probably the hardest, depending on where you are in the mud. It's self-care. And I don't mean like skincare routine. That's not self-care. I'm talking like brush your teeth, take a shower, clean one room today, drink your freaking water. Make that doctor's appointment and actually go. Do this for future you. You deserve it. Now I'm going to ask you to think about your childhood. What did you enjoy? What was your thing when you were a teenager? Because somewhere along the way, we quit playing. We just switched into survival mode and never left it. If your childhood doesn't feel like a safe place to revisit, What about now? Like, what interests you now? What excites you? Start tiny, go to the library, borrow a book, learn a new skill, a new craft, buy some cheap paintbrushes, some cheap paint, find some beginner videos on YouTube, okay? We're not asking for masterpieces. We're not asking you to blow all of your money on this. Don't go all in. You don't have to be good at it. Just do it. It's important everyone has a hobby or something to fiddle with. When you start working on all of these things, you might find that the universe has given you a lot of signs. And that's where things like really started to change for me. I began to write them down as they happened. Coincidences, synchronicities, things I just couldn't explain. Felt weird, felt like a sign. I didn't believe it at the time, like I had to have a proof journal, okay? Sometimes my dreams, little pieces would play out in the day. That's weird. Sometimes I would have moments where and I'd go to Walmart for my pickup order and it would accidentally be picked 3 times. And so I would get to keep all 3 things and then I could bless others with that. And then I would leave and then I'd go pick up my medicine and suddenly now my medicine was $2 cheaper. I'm like, okay. Why? I literally asked the lady, I'm like, why? And she's like, oh, I don't know. I guess the process just changed. And I'm like, it's not even the end of the month. Make these things make sense. And that's when I was like, okay, there's something bigger at play here. So you write them down, you see if they're connected. You see if a bigger picture starts forming. Let's be honest though. Changing your life isn't one big thing. It's not one big decision. It's hundreds of tiny little ones. These are just a few things that I feel like could really get you started, could really change your life. You don't have to implement all of them every day. Pick and choose. But if this is the kind of life that you're trying to build, I'd love for you to join our Discord community. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching.